Welcome to our watercolor journey. Today we're going to do this beginner loose painting. The materials I used, and it will also be listed in the description. First of all, I'm wetting my page, but I'm just doing 2/3 of a page because the bottom will form a bead and then we can just go on with the foreground of this painting. I'm starting with a yellow at the bottom. The paints will fuse beautifully. My paper is at an angle of about 30 degrees, so that enhances the flow tremendously, and gravity can really work with us today. The blue that's at the top will not flow down so far because that red creates a barrier, and that makes sure that you will not create green in your sky. I'm creating a few little clouds, and you can see that paint is spreading beautifully again, and I'm letting that brush just dance across the page and create its own magic. Now I'm starting with that foreground. As you can see, with that bead that's at the bottom, the paint just flows. And I'm just bringing in warmer colors as I go to the foreground further down, because we do want to create distance in our painting. I'm just bringing a few cooler greens in. I'm just building up those layers and let the paint flow. Remember, each time that you add layers on top of the bottom layers, you need to make sure that your pigment is a little bit stronger than the pigment at the bottom. Starting to create a little bit of distance trees and bushes in the background. As you can see, there's still fluid at the bottom of the page, so I'm just using a damp tissue to get it off. So let your painting dry. As you can see, the paint's faded quite a bit. Don't worry if it looks too dark in the beginning, it will fade back, especially when you're working wet on wet. As you can see, I'm varying the colors in the tree, and I'm really just getting darker as I go to the bottom of the tree, because that will catch the least sunlight. Still creating my bushes and just creating an area of interest there. And I've got that little bit of yellow on the left hand side that catches the light. And always the top part of your bushes will be lighter, and at the bottom you bring in a little bit of dark. If you feel your pigment is too strong, always you can just dilute it a little bit with water, and the color that you get will really fade back to the background. I'm usually working with quite diluted paints, so I can go in with quite a few layers. On the left hand side also creating a few bushes. Remember that purple is a cooler color, so those trees will be in the background. That green has got a little bit more yellow, so that will be to the foreground. I'm starting to create connections with those trees and the foreground, and so I'm creating a little bit of grasses and so on. Later on I will do glazing. Glazing is the layering of paint on the previous layer that has already dried. Watercolor is a process of building step by step until you're basically satisfied with your result. And remember, the further you go to the foreground, the darker the colors will be. We are bringing that yellow again in the foreground. The yellow is warmer than the areas in the background. So I'm going back to my Art Secret brush and doing my glazing. Make sure that everything is very dry before you start with glazing, otherwise you're going to mess up the bottom layers. And once again, just painting random marks. And there I'm bringing in that cooler green at the heel at the back area, so that will help to create distance. The paper is really nice and damp, almost to the point of being wet, so I can really build up on those layers, and I'm bringing in much stronger pigment, and it really looks very dark, but it will fade a little bit back. Be confident in those random marks that you're creating in your painting. Be brave, be bold with your brush strokes. It will turn out beautifully, because sometimes we want to be too careful when painting. These marks will create beautiful texture. And as the colors fade back, you can always add a few more darker values. You definitely want your light values, your mid values, and your dark values in your painting. I'm just doing a little bit of dry brushing for some more interesting bushes at the background. And I'm going in a little bit stronger with the pigment, because I know it's going to fade back. Just bring in a little bit of that purple also, because you also want to create connections with your colors throughout your painting, and also that helps to create areas that stands out and areas that fade back into the background. Once again, I'm building the value of that tree. So now your painting can dry again. Now we can go in with the foreground tree. In that mix I added a little bit of red also, which is a warmer color, so that tree will definitely stand out a little bit more than with just the dark value that I had there. So now you build your tree in the way that you like. It's amazing to see how it develops and just get shape as you go along. And I'm creating a few more little branches there, and then as the color fades back in this main tree, I'm just adding a little bit more value just to intensify it and bring it even more to the foreground. And I think those darks also help to make that the main focus. Contrast is really a powerful tool in watercolors. Play around, see when you're satisfied with what you've get, and then you need to stop. Doing those final little touches. And I think we've got a nice variety of values there. And I think I'm signing it, and I'm saying done for now. So please like, subscribe and comment for me. Thank you for watching. See you next time.